The clock's ticking. August 1st looms like a guillotine with Trump's 35% tariff threat hanging over Canada's head. This isn't a negotiation, it's a cage fight, and Canada's not flinching. While Trump swings wildly, Mark Carney plays chess, not checkers. His moves, cold, calculated, and cutting deeper than any tariff. Canada's not begging for mercy, it's rewriting the rules of the game. Trump's threats are loud, screaming tariffs, mocking diplomats, speed-dialing his Commerce Secretary at 1 a.m. about Canadian steel. It's not strategy, it's a tantrum. He's treating global trade like a reality TV episode, where he's the star and Canada's the villain. But here's the twist. Canada's not playing his script. Mark Carney, calm as steel, isn't pacing in a panic room, he's building a fortress. While Trump huffs about deficits, Carney's team, led by Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc, is drawing a line in the sand. No deal unless it's right for Canadian workers. That's not weakness, that's a spine of iron. Yesterday we heard from Hillman and LeBlanc. Their message? Crystal clear. Canada won't sign a bad deal just to dodge Trump's bullying. LeBlanc's talks with U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick were cordial, sure, but don't let that fool you. Behind the polite handshakes, Canada's stance is unyielding. We won't sell out our people for a photo op. This is defiance dressed in diplomacy. Carney's not bluffing, he's betting on Canada's long game. And Trump? He's already losing his grip. The Canadian Chamber of Commerce is sounding alarms. Trump's chaos is poison, choking supply chains, strangling investments, turning every business plan into a gamble. Steel and aluminum sectors are bleeding from sectoral tariffs, with 8 to 10% job losses looming. Thousands of livelihoods hang in the balance. The auto industry's getting hammered too, slapped with higher tariffs than Japan's automakers after Trump's so-called deal with Tokyo. Canada, America's closest ally, is treated worse than a competitor. It's not just unfair, it's a slap in the face. But Carney's not crying foul. He's building resilience, brick by brick, while Trump's ego burns the house down. Here's the real sting. Trump's tariffs aren't just hurting Canada, they're backfiring on America. U.S. automakers now import cheaper parts from Japan, not Canada. Coffee, shoes, refrigerators. American families are paying more because of Trump's reckless swings. His base is furious. Gallup polls are tanking. His trade war is a political disaster and he's too busy tweeting to notice. Meanwhile, Carney's playing the long game, preparing for the 2026 USMCA review. Folding now means slaughter later, so Canada waits, watches, and builds, refusing to blink. Into Trump's midnight rants about Canadian steel? Pure soap opera. Picture this. The President of the United States, tossing in bed, yelling into a phone about tariffs. It's not leadership. It's a late-night meltdown. Compare that to Carney in Ottawa, surrounded by experts crafting policy with precision. One man's chasing drama, the other's building a legacy. And the world's noticing. Canada's silence isn't fear, it's power. Every insult Trump hurls proves he's rattled. He can't handle a country that won't break. Other nations learned the hard way. Japan rushed into a deal with Trump, only to find the fine print doesn't exist. The White House brags about a $500 billion fund. Japan says it's just loan guarantees, no signatures, no contracts, just chaos. Trump's deals are smoke and mirrors, and Carney's not falling for it. Canada's approach is slow, steady, surgical. No deal is better than a fake one. While Trump spins fiction, Canada sticks to facts, waiting for terms that hold up. That's not stalling, that's strategy. Trump's latest jab, calling Canada's diplomats receptionists. It's not clever, it's desperate. When you mock your biggest trading partner mid-crisis, you're not negotiating, you're panicking. Every failed threat, every empty boast exposes his weakness. Canada's response? Silence. Not because they're scared, but because they don't need to shout. LeBlanc stays diplomatic. Carney skips the press conference. Why? Because actions speak louder than Trump's bluster. Canada's holding the line, and it's driving him up the wall. The economic fallout is real. Steel towns brace for layoffs. Auto workers face rising costs, falling exports. Trump's landmines, sectoral tariffs, are detonating across Canada's economy. But Carney's not rushing to patch the wounds with a bad deal. He's buying time, fortifying industries, forging alliances. This isn't about avoiding pain, it's about enduring it without selling out. And here's the kicker. Trump's tariffs are hurting America more. His own policies are a boomerang and Carney's just waiting for them to land. Canadians aren't sitting idle. Provinces like Saskatchewan and Alberta are banning American products, not because Carney ordered it, but because people are fed up. Why support a country that punishes you at midnight and insults you by morning? This isn't nationalism, it's self-respect. Trump's losing control, not just of the trade talks, but of his own narrative. His approval ratings are crumbling, inflation's eating his economy alive. And Carney, he hasn't even raised his voice. That's how you know who's winning. Trump's trade war isn't a strategy, it's a wrecking ball. His August 1st deadline screams desperation, a 35% tariff threat waved like a cheap prop. But Mark Carney isn't biting. He's not scrambling to meet fake deadlines or caving to bluster. Canada's playing a deeper game, one Trump can't even see. While the US president swings wildly, Carney's moves are precise, deliberate, lethal. This isn't just about tariffs, it's about Canada redefining its place in the world. Carney's masterstroke? A security and economic agreement layered over USMCA. It's not just trade talk, it's a checkmate move. By tying trade to defense and border security, he's making Canada indispensable to the US. Trump's obsessed with percentages and deficits, but Carney's playing on a bigger board. North American stability. This isn't loud diplomacy, it's silent power. Canada's spending 2% on defense, strengthening border policies, and quietly building leverage that transcends tariffs. Trump wants a spectacle. Carney's crafting a structure that'll outlast him. The 2026 USMCA review looms like a storm cloud, and Carney knows it. A bad deal now is a death sentence then. So he's holding firm, refusing to trade long-term stability for short-term relief. Trump's threats, those 35% tariffs on non-USMCA goods, are a broken record, played to scare, not to solve. But Canada's ready. Carney's team has fortified industries, buffered key sectors, and leaned on USMCA's existing protections. A chunk of Canadian goods, already exempt, the rest, backed by strategy not panic. Trump's banking on fear, Carney's banking on preparation. Dominic LeBlanc's been in Washington, pressing hands with Trump's team and key senators. His message? Canada's not rushing. We'll take the time needed, he says, until the deal's right. That's not stalling, it's discipline. While Trump demands instant wins, Canada's building agreements meant to last decades, not headlines. LeBlanc's meetings aren't about quick fixes, they're about laying groundwork. Every conversation, every handshake is a brick in Canada's economic fortress. Trump's playing checkers. Carney's 10 moves ahead in chess. The fallout from Trump's tariffs is brutal. Steel and aluminum industries are reeling, with job losses projected at 8 to 10%. Auto workers are staring down a wall of higher costs, lower exports, all because Trump can't tell negotiation from retaliation. Canada's auto sector, absurdly, faces worse tariffs than Japan's, despite being America's closest ally. It's not just unfair, it's economic sabotage. But Carney's not throwing workers under the bus. He's shielding them, reinforcing Canada's backbone with policies that prioritize resilience over surrender. This is how you face a bully, not with tears but with tactics. Trump's chaos is backfiring, hard. His own economy's choking on inflation. American families are paying more for basics, coffee, clothes, appliances because of his reckless tariffs. His base is livid. Polls are sinking. Gallup's numbers, a disaster. And while Trump points fingers at Canada, the real damage is self-inflicted. US automakers are now sourcing cheaper parts from Japan, not Canada, thanks to his deals. It's a boomerang, slicing through his own narrative. Carney, he's just watching it land. Canadians are waking up. For decades, the US was the default market, no more. Carney's pushing diversification, stronger ties with Europe, Asia, Latin America. Trump thought he could isolate Canada. Instead, he sparked a pivot. Provinces are banning American goods. Not by decree, but by choice. Saskatchewan and Alberta are done playing nice. Why prop up a country that mocks your diplomats and punishes your workers? This isn't about revenge, it's about survival. Canada's not just dodging tariffs, it's building a future where Trump's threats don't matter. The irony? Trump's tantrums are making Canada stronger. Carney's not just defending, he's redefining. Canada's trade strategy isn't about dependency anymore, it's about opportunity. New markets, new partners, new possibilities. Trump wanted to corner Canada, instead he pushed it to expand. Every tariff he slaps on, every insult he hurls, only sharpens Canada's resolve. Carney's not shouting about it, he doesn't need to. The world sees it, Canada's not breaking, it's rising. And Trump, he's unraveling. Late-night calls about steel, rants about receptionists, boasts about fake deals, none of it's working. Japan learned the hard way. Russia deal with Trump, and you're left with nothing but his word, which is worth less than the paper it's not written on. Canada's not falling for it. Carney's team knows a handshake with a man who doesn't believe in contracts is a trap. So they wait, they plan, they build. That's not weakness, it's wisdom. August 1st isn't the end game, it's a distraction. The real fight is 2026, and Carney's already positioning Canada to win. Trump's threats are loud, but they're hollow. His tariffs might sting, but they won't break Canada. Not when Carney's at the helm, turning every jab into an opportunity. This isn't just a trade war, it's a masterclass in resilience. Canada's not playing Trump's game, it's rewriting the rules. And when the dust settles, one thing's clear. Trump's fighting for headlines, Carney's fighting for Canada's future. Watch till the end and don't forget to subscribe for more truth.